everybody, it's Jerry, and today I'm going to show you how to make manicotti. And we're going to make the shells ourselves. It's a little bit like making crepes, sort of like thick crepes. And it's pretty easy as long as you have a non-stick pan. That's pretty essential. And it's a fair amount of work, mostly because the sauce takes a while to cook, but other than that, it's actually not that difficult. So let me show you how. First thing we're going to do is make the sauce. So we're going to take 10 Roma tomatoes and remove the cores. And then we're going to slice the tomatoes in half and do our best to remove as many of the seeds as we can. So I find it easiest to just squeeze them into a bowl. So we get some of the seeds out and loosen the rest, and then you can just scrape them with a knife. And then chop the tomatoes coarsely and put them into a large pot. And then to the pot we're going to add 1 chopped onion, about 3 cloves of chopped garlic, a cup of water, and 1 teaspoon of oregano. And just mix everything together, and we're going to cook this over low heat for about 1 hour. If you find that it gets too thick, just add some more water, but make sure to stir it occasionally just so that it doesn't burn. And then we're going to pour it into a food processor or blender, and we're just going to process it until it's nice and smooth. And then we're going to pour the sauce back into the pot. And we're going to continue cooking it for another 15 or 20 minutes. And at this point we can add some salt and pepper to taste. And then when that's done cooking, we can just set that aside. Next, we're going to make the filling, and we're going to take 1 3/4 cups of cashews, which have been soaked overnight and rinsed and drained. And we're going to put them in a food processor with about 3/4 cup of water, about a tablespoon of lemon juice, 2 tablespoons of nutritional yeast, and about 3/4 teaspoon of salt, and then about 2 cloves of garlic. And just process everything together until it's nice and smooth. If you find it's too thick, you can add a little bit of water. And then I'm going to add 1 tablespoon of chopped parsley and just stir that in. Next, we're going to take some of the sauce and just spread it over the bottom of a 9 by 13-inch baking dish. And now we're going to make the shells by taking 1 cup of chickpea flour, 1/2 cup of brown rice flour, 1/2 cup of tapioca flour, 1/2 teaspoon of xanthan gum, and mix that all together. And then we're going to add in 2 tablespoons of oil, and 2 cups of water. Just mix that all together until it's well mixed, and then you can start to beat it by hand just like you would beat eggs. And you'll notice it's starting to thicken up, and it'll be the consistency of pancake batter. That's the consistency that you're going for. Now we have a non-stick skillet which has been heated over medium heat, and first we're just going to melt a little bit of vegan butter. And then we're going to take a heaping quarter cup of the batter and pour it in the center. And then we're going to spread it out. It's easiest to do it with a fork or spoon. Just very gently move the batter around, and you can shape it this way and make sure it stays nice and round. And we're going to cook it for a couple of minutes until you'll notice that the top side starts to get a little dry, and then we'll flip it over. And cook it for another minute or so on the other side. And then we'll move it to a plate and go on to the next one. Same process, a little vegan butter, heaping quarter cup of batter, spread it around. A couple minutes on one side and about a minute on the other side. And we should get 8 shells this way. And then we're going to take our shells and fill them with the cheese filling, the cashew cheese. So I'll just put the filling on and then roll it up. And just place it in the dish on top of the sauce. And continue with the rest of the shells. Now we can spread the rest of the sauce on top. And then take about 1/3 of a cup of grated vegan Parmesan cheese and sprinkle that on top. Cover it with foil and bake at 400 degrees for about 30 to 40 minutes. And the cheese should be nice and melted, and just let it cool a bit, and it's ready to serve. Thanks everybody for watching, and please tune in next time for some more great recipes. And always like and subscribe to the channel, and I'll see you next time.